life can be rocky and uncertain. And sometimes we're in the midst of something that makes no sense, and it is hard and it is difficult. Or we have just come out of it and we feel beaten up and exhausted. Or sometimes we can see one coming on the horizon. And some of you might be in a storm right now. And you may be even asking, why is this happening to me? Why is this happening to me? And it may be a storm of heartbreak. It may be a storm of depression, finances, or relationships. Those may be some of the names that you are giving to your storms. And it may feel like that you are drowning and you just want it all to stop because you are exhausted in the midst of this. And I think most of us have been there at some point in our lives. Some of you may be there right now. And I know this to be true, is that a lot of times when we hit a storm, we like to blame God. We're like, why God? Why are you allowing this to happen? And sometimes we're like, why are you allowing this to happen to me? You know, not just like bad things happen, but why are you allowing bad things to happen to me? I'm not a bad person, right? But that's a theology of karma, not a theology of grace. Because karma says you get what you deserve. Grace is about getting what you don't deserve. And it is actually for your benefit and your favor. But so often when we are in a storm, we lose hope. And we wonder, where is God? Is God even around this mess? Or has God checked out? And I want us to keep this in mind as we go through this today, is never let the presence of a storm make you doubt the presence of God. Never let the presence of a storm make you doubt the presence of God. And I want us to dig into actually a story that comes to us from the New Testament. I know Kevin has been taking us quite extensively through the Old Testament and showing us God's presence there and his plan. And I want you to see how it then comes into the New Testament. And we're looking primarily at Acts 27. There are some guys who are stuck in a boat in the middle of a crazy storm. It is a literal storm. And that Acts 27 to 28, the two chapters there, they describe this story that is really Paul taking a journey across the Mediterranean Sea. And there's a map behind me just to give you a little bit of orientation to where you are. And during this journey, during the sea voyage, there is lots of trials, there are lots of tribulations, and it actually culminates in a shipwreck on the Isle of Malta, as we know it. This is where they shipwreck. And I think this teaches us not just about literal storms, you know, rain and thunder and such, but also life's storms, and how Paul's steadfastness during this mirrors our own experiences at times. That we have changes and upheavals and problems and challenges and heartbreak and financial woes that come at us like storms. And we have a choice in all of those circumstances to allow that storm to wreck us or to redeem us. And this storm that Paul and everyone on this boat is on is probably a Rita-level storm. It has been going on for days. And it's been a long time since I've ever had an experience with a literal storm that has lasted more than a day. But the rain is never ceasing. The winds don't stop. They are thrown back and forth. And the crew, I mean, these are hardened sailors. They are so scared that they have started tossing stuff off the sides of the boat, thinking that they are done for. And they have lost all hope. And I wonder if anyone else here has ever felt like that. Maybe you're thinking, I'm done. That's one of my favorite phrases when I hit a wall, is like, I'm done. I got nothing left to give. This is too much. And for these individuals, this storm is not giving up. It won't let up. But I think when we dig into this, we see not only what we do in a literal storm, but maybe how we can respond to the storms of life that come at us. So verse 20 in chapter 27 of Acts, when neither sun nor stars appeared for many days, the storm continued raging. Sounds like some of our lives. It's just not letting up. We can't catch a break. And then we finally gave up all hope of being saved. Just give it up. Throw in the towel. It's heavy. You have nothing left to hold you up, and there's no way out. But luckily, these sailors have Paul with them, this apostle, this evangelist, this man who carries the truth of God's grace and love with him everywhere. And he steps up to the plate right now. And his pastoral heart in this moment is so, so powerful. You know what he says? Men, you should have listened to me and not sailed for Crete. Hello, Ron Swanson. Hello, Captain Obvious. Hello, rub it in my face. Yes, Paul, what great tact you have. Classic I told you so move on his part. Yeah, not so gracious, not so pastoral. And he's kind of pointing out, like, you've caused this. I told you not to do this. You're here because you didn't listen to me. And the kicker is, yes, sometimes the storms of our lives are our own doing. We make dumb decisions. We end up in the mess that we have created. And Paul here isn't sugarcoating it. Oh, it's okay. Nope. You're in this storm because you messed up. And I'm going to tell you, he's being so very real and acknowledging, yeah, this is a mess we made. You know, and I think some of us are there at times. We have spent too much money. We have said the wrong thing. We have said something really dumb. And the thing about words, you cannot take them back. You have to plow through and then work towards reconciliation. We have procrastinated, or maybe you dated that person everyone told you not to. Yeah, they're like, oh, don't go there. And you went there, and then you found out why you shouldn't have gone there. Now, that's not always the case, though. Yes, sometimes the mess is our own making, and then sometimes it is somebody else's mess that gets us all dirty, that wrecks us. Or sometimes it is just life. Life comes at us. There are things that are out of our control, regardless. And so it is not done to us. We are just living in it. And so the twist is, whether that storm is our fault or not, we cannot forget that God is with us. That no matter how we got into that storm, God is with us. He will not abandon us.